Up, Woody Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans, and today's Manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Mission Yozakura Family Chapter 245. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored. And we ain't sponsored by Shueisha, we ain't sponsored by Manga Plus, and we ain't sponsored by Viz. And considering how much we promote Manga Plus on this channel, it's kind of surprising, right? But if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my adorable Will Bubba Kitty Usama around here, and this operation literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as a link to our Patreon where we are doing our anime live reaction content, because unlike YouTube, where we constantly have to worry about getting a copyright strike for showing anything on the screen, well, Patreon, we don't have to worry about that. So I can have my full setup of the anime and manga side by side, and I could have the audio too, which is not only coming in handy for busting a botched localization or two, but it really is nice to have for when we cover anime original content. And the epitome of that is Bleach, which we are covering on Patreon, and the first episode is available for free. And the more viewers and subscribers we get over there, the more anime we'll cover. And the Stackball anime season started this past week, so please check out our Patreon. The link's in the description box below. And also, Mission Yozakura Family Season 2 was announced this morning. So maybe we'll cover that too. So please check out the Patreon. Link's in the description box below. So, well, the last time I covered Mission Yozakura Family, and I covered a lot of Mission Yozakura Family the last time I covered it, we are now at the final fight, and well, apparently everything was going according to plan for this. So we defeated and like smashed all the Horcruxes, but we found out what Asa's plan was to take over Tayo, because Tayo has become essentially the perfect vessel. And well, Asa used his ability Conquest to take over Tayo's body, but apparently that's according to plan too. It's just crazy how this has gone from like from Horcruxes to essentially like a like an all-for-one Otsutsuki kind of realness, right? But anyways, let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us today. Asa has taken over Tayo. My personal blooming is Conquest. It allows me to control and conquer anyone, any blooming, anybody, anyone. Tayo Yozakura, your body is the vessel I've been looking for. Now it's time for a new age of the Yozakura family to begin. And this chapter is titled Conquest. I love this design so much. It is sick. It is fire. It is darkness. And I love it. Conquest. That blooming allows him to take over another's body. There's no way to stop it, no way to reverse it, but it's a blooming he can only use once. But if we were to defeat Asa for good, we needed some way to counter it. Let's go. Okay, so now we're going to see the family's plan. Let's go over things one last time. According to what Dad suspects, Asa wants to control the Yozakura family for eternity. All these centuries he's been looking for a body fit for him to use Conquest on. If I can get him in a one-on-one battle and convince him that my body is special, I bet he'll try to take me over with Conquest. But that blooming is something that can only be used once. If things go well and Asa takes over my body, then we can be sure that Conquest will never be a threat to anyone ever again. We can unload all our firepower on him without hesitation. Okay? Okay, so now that that's decided... Whoa, hold it. Stop. What's decided? You were talking so seriously, I didn't want to interrupt, but there's something wrong with you, boy. Like, you're scaring me. We have 2 in cardiac arrest from the shock, wusses. I got a feeling that's a mistranslation, but if he takes over you, then you're taken over. You won't ever come back. No, Tayo, bad. I forbid you to leave my sight. Don't worry, it'll be fine. I made certain I checked with your dad a dozen times. conquest isn't permanent. There is a way to undo it. If we can force Asa's hand and make him use a secret weapon early, then we could surely beat him in the end. I guess if I must, I'll approve. You could be surprisingly stubborn when you feel like it, but promise us one thing, Tayo. When it's time to come home, we'll all come home together. Yeah, but how though? Is it kind of like what? But if it's like what we saw in like Boku no Hero Academia, then even if they manage to drive Asa out, like, because with Boku no Hero Academia, it was like they got rid of All for One for the most part when it was like at 70%. It was like a 70% merger, and same with Boruto, it was like a 80% merger for the most part. But in Boku no Hero Academia, All for One was still inside, like a piece of him was still inside of Shigaraki. And it's the same thing with Boruto. Momoshiki is still inside of Boruto because the cells merged with him. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if that's the case. If they're going to be able to completely eradicate him from Tayo when there's probably going to be like a small piece of him embedded in Tayo's soul. That's the thing that I'm very curious about. Dude, Tayo looks so sick. Good day, eldest son of the 10th Yozakura generation, Kyoichiro Yozakura. You don't look particularly surprised. I presume that means you already anticipated some of this. Impressive. You truly are an elite generation. You have horrible taste. You chose that insignificant loser's body to take over? Please. Were I in your place, I consider a body like his nothing but an insult. You value this young man for good reason. He truly is special. His body is soaked in multiple different layers of Yozakura power. As my own body slowly weakened, this is what I desired most. Despite all my research and all the powers I gave myself, I could never fully resist age. I couldn't become like Tsubomi. But thanks to this body, my future will be long. I'll be able to support the Yozakura family from the shadows for ages. You helped train his body to this point. For that, I thank you. Now then, let me get back on schedule. It's time I harvested all current Yozakura family members. You siblings are all useful specimens. I'll directly administer you as I do the 9th generation couple. However, I think I'll eliminate the twins after all. It isn't that I have no use for them, but they can't pass their Yozakura powers down to their progeny, allow them to live, and I run the risk of accidents that lessen Yozakura instead of improving it. As one drop of dirty water will ruin a casket of wine. That is such... Oh, what asshole. Or as one rotten apple will cause the entire barrel to go bad. Any unnecessary elements ought to be promptly removed. Shall we begin? Ooh. Ooh, you misunderstand. This will not be a battle. It will be a one-sided domination. This is so sick! Domination, huh? Interesting. Let's see this domination. Yes! Undoing ambience with a single strike. What an impressive use of void. I see you've refined it even further in the last 5 years. And today I get to harvest that power. Today I got my ideal body. I couldn't be happier. You seem to be working under a misconception. You stole my husband's body. You want to harvest my siblings. And you even intend to take the lives of my children. None of these things will happen. Mutsumi Yozakura. When you took over Tayo, you undid all our plans. Is that what you believe? You are incorrect. Our plans haven't been affected in the least. Yeah! If Asa uses conquest on me, that'll be the sign that things are still going according to plan. Everyone continue with your next moves. Mission Yozakura family is still a go! Yes! The last strategy they decided on as a family, they'll go all out. This is going to be very interesting to see how they do this. Because as I said, we've seen this. We've seen similar situations in Boku no Hero Academia, We saw it in a similar situation in Boruto. Technically, we saw it in Boruto with Jigen as well. I think I mentioned it last week too. We saw it with Jigen, and with Jigen and Ishiki. With Jigen, there was a time limit though, because the difference between like saying like with Jigen / Ishiki versus like this though, is that Jigen wasn't a compatible vessel. So with Tayo is a like from what Asa said is Tayo is a compatible vessel. If he is not if Tayo is not a compatible vessel, then there would be a different story and there would be a time limit. But I don't think that's the case here. No. So I think this is going to be more so. I feel like this could be this could be like the other thing that this could be like, okay? And I think I even said it last week. Is this could be like a Meliodas situation where we're going to see a fight. We're going to see Tayo fight Asa inside of him and beat him inside of him. And then we're going to see the family fight Asa on the outside and fight him too. I feel like that's where I feel like this is going to be more like than anything else, that it will be more like a Meliodas situation. Because it's not going to be Zeldaris. No way it's going to be a Zeldaris situation. No. I feel like if any, because with Zeldaris thought he lost everything, including Gilda. So he lost Gilda, his waifu. So he didn't feel like there was anything he needed to live for. But here, Tayo is more like this. Now, the more I think about it, this really is more like a Meliodas situation. Yeah, I think this is, if anything, this is going to be more like a Meliodas situation, and we're going to see a fight inside of Tayo's soul, and Tayo will have to beat Asa inside of his soul and conquer the conquest, and see the family fight him on the defeat Asa on the outside, kind of like with the Demon King. That's what I think is going to happen. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Mission Yozakura family content. A few ways you can do that. Donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon. Purchase something off our Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.